Park in Surrey for Fusion Festival, BC's largest multicultural festival. That's right, out here on the west, we like to go big. Of course, when you head over to Vancouver Island, they do things a little more at a leisurely pace. In fact, the Comox Valley is quietly becoming a bit of a wine region, thanks in part to this award-winning winery.
Four generations, 3 dinner table wines, 2 sparkling wines, 2 after-dinner dessert wines, 3 meads, 4 international awards, all found here, nestled in the rolling foothills of Mount Washington at the Coastal Black Estate Winery.
My father-in-law and mother-in-law bought in 1989, started a dairy farm here in 1991, and the farm originally was 230 acres. It's grown to 830 now. And just in the last 2 years, we closed down the dairy and sort of went different directions into the winery, the fruit production, bees, and whole rough cut lumber. As far as fruit production, raspberries, we have 20 acres, blueberries is 15. It's enough for us and for a bit of fresh market, but it's the blackberries that we're kind of known for because we have 80 acres. That makes us the largest cultivated farm in the country. I believe the next largest is like 12 acres, something like that. Everybody tries to kill blackberries typically, but the ones we've planted are all thornless hybrids, all different varietals, so it's more sugar, heavier, larger fruit, and no thorns. My baby is the winery. Every aspect of that is super appealing to me. I love the challenges of the marketing because it's something I've never done before. Learning how to make wine and craft something like that is super fun because it's an art form really in itself. Once you've learned the basic steps of making wine, it really is an expression to the individual winemaker, so that's super fun for me. The tours have become really popular. We haven't had anything this far north on our scale that people can come and do, so with us now and the distillery opening up and Surgeon Brewing, everybody offers such a neat dynamic as far as tours go. We do a full tour of the building itself and then a full flight tasting, which has been really fun for people. Right now we've actually been focusing on a lot of seniors tours from all the seniors homes around here, which are a hoot getting a bunch of like 80-year-old ladies through the winery. They're pretty funny. Everything dovetails really well, right? Like the winery, every piece of wood in there was cut by my brother-in-law. All the siding on the outside, the lumber inside, all the wood for the doors, the beams, all of that was cut here. The bees pollinate the whole farm for us, and then I take honey from my brother for making the mead with. So it's great having everything work together. This is our next year fruiting cane, and It's only middle of July. That thing will be like 4 feet taller yet by the end of the season.
Oh wow.
Working with all 4 generations of the family, it's great actually. Obviously it comes with its struggles, but particularly on a farm, we all live close together. Everybody goes to church together every Sunday. For the most part, it's fantastic. I love all of my in-laws. We all get along great. It is an interesting dynamic for sure.
From the base of Mount Washington in the Comox Valley, from the Coastal Black Estate Winery, I'm Mary Ruth Harris for Big Summer. Cheers!
The website is coastalblack.ca. If you want to take a break from the grape and book a tour, you can also find gourmet wine recipes on the website. Now, another island that's home to its very own wine region is Suturna. It has a family estate winery there. About 300 people call that island home, but in the summer months, that number swells. There's so much that you can do there, from sunset watching to whale watching. And as you'll see up next, it also has quite its own slice of history.
Cultus Lake Water Park's Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park.
It's one of the most photographed buildings on the Gulf Islands, and it sits on one of the prettiest peninsulas on Suturna. But 5 years ago, this important piece of history was almost lost.
There's no question that this building, not because of its architectural merit, but just because of its spectacular setting, this little cube of white with the red roof out on the point, it has attracted artists and photographers forever.
It's the fog alarm building that sits at the top of East Point on Suturna Island.
Is the narrowest stricture in the waterway out to the ocean from the interior. So they needed to have a lighthouse here to help people get around this point and through this narrow pass.
The lighthouse was built in 1886, and then in 1937, there was a request from the merchant sailors and fishermen to add a fog alarm.
In those days, as you know, there were no other radars or LORAN, and so they had to find their way to East Point.
The building was decommissioned in the early 90s and was used for storage until 5 years ago when Parks Canada acquired it as part of the Gulf Islands National Park Reserve. Today, this beautifully restored red and white building truly has become a center for storytelling.
I like learning about it, and I like just how thinking how back then it would be. I really learned about the pioneers that had settled here and around these islands, and different people who had named the islands.
If you come here and learn about it, then it's more special, you know? Like if you come here and just hang out on the beach, it's not so important. If you learn about it, then it's better.
The Suturna Island Foghorn Heritage Center archives photos and local artifacts. It also has a little gift store filled with locally made products, including photos and paintings of this stunning structure.
Well, there's something just very special about it being in this natural environment, and it's such a gorgeous place. Artists love beautiful places, and just this man-made building that sits out here all by itself. There's something poetic about just it being here.
If you have never been to East Point in the Gulf Islands National Park Reserve, you absolutely must come. The history, the culture, the beauty, the marine life. It's spectacular. From Suturna Island, I'm Karen Elsgersma for Big Summer.
Big Summer has been brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park.
The website is Suturnatourism.ca to get details on all the big events they have coming up. They're running artist studio tours on BC Day weekend. They have the Suturna Island Regatta on August 25th, and then on September 15th, it's the Winery Harvest Celebration. You're watching The Express from one of BC's largest multicultural celebrations. We've got more music from here at Fusion Fest, plus these community stories coming up.
Show who they really are.
An inside look at the specialized summer fun of Burn Camp.
But there's certain areas that have been designated as special places.
An astronomical feat, stargazing in downtown Vancouver. The Express, we are your local voice.
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.
Welcome back to The Express at Holland Park in Surrey for Fusion Festival, a weekend celebration of community and culture. And we'll get a whole lot of that in this next story as well. Last week on The Express, we introduced you to a teen named Gerwin as he was packing his bags for Burn Camp. Well, today on the show, we're lucky enough to tag along with him for some summer fun.
It's for young burn survivors who need a place to go for summertime and need a place to actually relax and be themselves for once and show who they really are. Most of these younger kids, they think that they're the only ones out there that are burned like this, and they don't think that other people look at them the same.
It happens every year, the third week of July, and we invite children all over the province who've sustained some level of burn injury.
The 19th annual Burn Camp is on Gambier Island this year, a welcome tradition of the BC professional firefighters, and a meaningful part of James' life, who's been attending for 15 years as both a camper and counselor.
Made me the person who I am today. I'd never liked going to school after I got burned. I was always getting bullied and stuff like that because I came from a small town and I was the only kid that's been burnt in that town, so I never thought there was other people like that around there. So when I came to camp for the first time, realized that there's a lot more other people around, and made me feel good about myself and made me want to keep coming back.
It's an extended family for some of these kids who may have sustained an injury when they were 8 years old, and then they come again when they're 9, 10, 11, all the way until they're 18.
I love how I got to make new friends last year because I was kind of nervous last year for coming here, and so all the people are so nice and the counselors are so nice, so they're always there for you.
All of the counselors are volunteers, many of them firefighters, nurses, and former campers. This year, they're hosting 76 kids and teens, the most they've ever had.
You get to meet all these burn survivors, and it's actually really nice to meet them and get to know them. and how they got burnt.
These kids may have gone through a lot of tough times, sustained pretty serious injuries. We have all levels of injury here, and they get the opportunity to come to camp where other kids have scars or may feel a little bit self-conscious, and they come to burn camp and they can kind of bear all.
Take a seat on my platform here.
Campers get to experience the week together at stations like the zip line, which left a few of the campers slightly nervous, except for Sano. She wasn't scared at all.
Because I've gone on it before, and my friend has a thing way scarier.
But there is something for everyone.
That climbing thing that's really tricky, I think that'll be really nice.
We do all kinds of different activities. We have a skit night, a dance night, and it's just a big gathering for young children up to age 18 who've been burned. And they come here and they're just in an incredible positive environment for 6 days.
Beyond the recreational fun, Burn Camp provides role models, support, and friendship for every camper.
I just want to show my experience with the kids, show them what I've went through, tell my story, and just show them that everything's okay and that everyone's normal around here.
We have a lot of campers that have been here many years. They can come year after year, and it's 100% paid for. So the families don't pay anything. It's all fundraised money that comes to put on this camp.
If you want to find out how you can help or want to learn more about other programs offered, visit burnfund.org. I'm Paul McLellan on Gambier Island for The Express.
The website is burnfund.org if you'd like to find out how you can help the burn camps continue. Looks like a beautiful place to spend your time camping, doesn't it? Imagine all the stargazing. But what if you're in downtown Vancouver? Where do you go to find the stars? We've got that answer up next at the H.R. McLellan Space Center.
Hey, it's Cam Cronin here at the H.R. McLellan Space Center for The Express. I'm standing with my good friend
Raminder Samra.
And binoculars. You might think, well, hey, I'll just use a pair of binoculars to go out and look at the nighttime sky. A lot of people come down to the Space Center and they ask me, where should I go to get a good clear view of the nighttime sky? At night, we're very close to the city center. There's a lot of light pollution coming off of Vancouver and the West End, and it tends to sort of wash out the nighttime sky. So Raminder's here to tell us that there's certain areas that have been designated as special places to observe the nighttime sky. Where could people go in the Lower Mainland to try and find something like that?
Well, in the Lower Mainland, my favorite spot is a place called McDonald's Park. It's about an hour drive away from Vancouver. It's close to Chilliwack. So you take Highway 1, head east, take exit 104, and you'll end up in this small little area where it's crowded by a lot of trees. So the trees block off any highway light, and of course you're about an hour away from Vancouver, which is good enough to block out Vancouver's lights.
Now, light pollution is an issue with all major cities. If you're ever out at night, it almost feels like it isn't night, and that is a problem not only for looking at the nighttime sky, but they're doing research and saying that it's a problem for migrating birds, it's a problem for animals, and it's even a problem for humans. We need it to be dark. People need it to be dark. Our bodies are accustomed to getting about 12 hours of darkness every day. So it's nice that areas are opening up where we have these designated dark sky areas. So again, if you do want to look at the nighttime sky, areas like McDonald's Park, perfect. As far away from the city you can get. If you're camping in the summertime, great chance to look at the nighttime sky. If you want to learn more about the nighttime sky, well, come on down here to the H.R. McLellan Space Center before you go on your trip, and you'll be able to know exactly what it is that you're looking for. For the H.R. McLellan Space Center and the Express, I'm Cam Cronin.
Raminder Samra.
And you know what? Astronomers do it in the dark.
Fun thing they're doing this summer, space-themed movies at the planetarium. Coming up, they have Star Trek, The Right Stuff, and Spaceballs. I think these guys, big fans of Spaceballs, and aren't you? Now for more things to do around Metro Vancouver, the Sea to Sky, and the Fraser Valley, here's the FYI.
Radar's Quality Assured Collisions FYI is presented by Radar's Quality Assured Collision, an ICBC Valet accredited repair facility.
Rock your red, white, and maple at Canada Fest at Canada Place, Saturday, August 4th from 11 to 7. Explore Japanese culture at the Powell Street Festival, August 4th and 5th at Oppenheimer Park and surrounding venues. Party loud and party proud at the 34th Annual Vancouver Pride Parade, Sunday, August 5th, starting at noon. Check vancouverpride.ca for details.
Radar's Quality Assured Collisions FYI was presented by Radar's Quality Assured Collision.
Also, be sure to mark your calendars for the 6th Annual Surrey Fusion Festival. That would be July 2013. You guys are going to be here, right? Yeah? Everyone will be here. Right. Everybody's here right now. Thanks for watching The Express only on Shaw TV. We'll see you next time.
When marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me space. Like a lazy ocean that hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with me. When you dance around